Hello and welcome to another video about cryptocurrencies. Today I want to take a look at XRP because this has been requested in the comments. So a few people wanted to hear something about XRP. So I guess this is about technical analysis because that's what I mainly do on this channel. And if you've been following me on this channel, you know that I'm also invested in XRP. I've been talking about XRP on this channel when it was like below 75 cents, and I always highlighted that for me it's a great opportunity. So I've been investing for the last few months anyway, even before that, but more heavily since June. So I'm really in very nice profit now, but I won't sell any of my XRP because I think there will be further price increases coming. And also I strongly believe there will be a settlement of the Ripple SEC case coming. Many people talk about that could happen in September. Of course, I don't know. I'm not close enough, but I know that 96% of all SEC cases are closed in a settlement. And generally, I think it's looking pretty good for Ripple Labs as soon, whatever I can hear and read in the news. And then looking at the fact that really 96% of all cases are settling. I think the most recent cases where SEC had lawsuits filed against some DeFi projects, companies, organizations. They were closed with a settlement, and I think when that's closed with a settlement, we could see XRP really going up in a parabolic way. Let's take a look at the daily chart here, and you know where we currently are. Very nice to see we are above all three main moving averages that I normally use as indicators, the 20, 50 and 200. That is really, really good. We've recently seen the 20-day moving average crossing the 200-day moving average, bullish sign. What will happen possibly in the next week or so, in the next week or two, is that the 50-day moving average is going to cross the 200-day moving average to the upside, which is called a golden cross, a buying opportunity for many people. What you need to know that this is always just what already happened in the past, because the moving averages are just average prices. Basically, it's just the it's just trailing the moving average, or the average price of the last basically of the price history. But still, many people see that it's called a golden cross. Many people see that as buying opportunity, which again is like a self-fulfilling prophecy. If enough people believe it works, it works. And the last time we had that, you can see that here, we went to the all-time high. It took a while, but we went to the all-time high. And then we dropped obviously here in May, and that took it all down again. But when that happened last time, it was a really good sign. So watch out for this. This is the first indicator for me that tells me that Ripple, from a technical point of view, is a buying opportunity, at least for myself. I mean, I'm doing dollar cost averaging anyway, and I'm not worried about, I don't worry about this too much. I try to really do dollar cost averaging. So when I buy, I don't normally look at the chart. Yeah, I try to buy the dips here and there, but normally I don't. I just buy every week at the moment because prices are very volatile. Volume is coming back a little bit on the daily. It looks like the MACD is going to go down a little, but that's not guaranteed yet. The awesome oscillator also going into the red at the moment, which is not a problem at this stage. It just shows that we had a small cool-off period, which was required actually because we were in overbought territory. We still sort of are in this overbought range. I think we are going to cool down a little bit more potentially. Maybe we are even going to touch this 20-day moving average here. So that might take us down to something around 105 once more, and we were there only, here a couple of days ago, pretty much in that range. So that might be, we might go down to that again, and we then must be careful. This could be something like a double top forming. If we break the double top to the downside, that could really lead us down to the 200-day moving average. But I think generally the sentiment is very positive, so it might be that we're actually following this trend to the upside. That is what I think, even if we go down, for a very short period again to the 105 level, I don't think we'll get below the 50-day moving average. I think generally the crypto market is doing pretty well at the moment, and I think people are confident that XRP or Ripple is gonna get into a settlement. That's not guaranteed, however. I mean, there can be short-term price drops always, but generally I think this is, for me, still a good buying opportunity. I'd actually like it to go down to 105 again, because then I can buy more And that's what I mean. I try to buy dips. It's not always possible. I try to focus more on dollar cost averaging. So even though the MACD and the awesome oscillator are looking a little bit in the red, and even though the RSI is telling me that we could see a few more days of consolidation here, if we look at the weekly, we can see some very nice developments. First of all, we can see that this week here, which is the current week, which is going to end today, we need to see where this candle is closing. But again, here on the weekly, we are also above all moving averages, and on the weekly, we've already seen this golden cross happen, and we actually haven't gone the other way around. So that is a really good sign. We are still in very bullish territory here, and what we can see, the 20-day moving, the 50-day moving average here provided really, really good support. Okay, so that was a really nice, good support, really nice move. We saw when we hit the 60 cent, 55 cents, it was really, the buyers came in very quickly. You can see that the shadow of this candle, or the wick, some people call it, shadow or wick, this thin line here, it dropped down to even 50 cents, which was probably like a major support level, which acted as support even before buyers stepped in very quickly, and the candle didn't close in that level. It closed above the moving average, and since then we've just gone nearly parabolic. Small consolidation this week, which is extremely healthy, but you can see we were down to 105, but again buyers stepped in and we're now at the 125. So a lot of volatility this week, but buyers were up here, so it's a very bullish sign. Yeah, if we have that and the shadow is very long to the downside, it means we are really in bullish territory here. The other positive sign for me is that the MACD is turning bullish, turning green now. The last time that happened, you see what happened, right? We saw the all-time high coming. Very nice. Awesome oscillator as well, going green. I mentioned in previous videos, the awesome oscillator normally works pretty well for me in conjunction with moving averages, and this seems to have worked this time as well. And we could even argue that on the weekly here, that the 20-day moving average provided support as well, because the shadow nearly touched the 20-day. And the RSI is on the weekly is not even in overbought territory, so that makes me even more bullish. Even though we might see a few more days of consolidation, I think generally the next few weeks we will see new good prices, new high prices. What also is worth pointing out, this really resembles a cup and handle shape. This is sort of roundish. You can see that even clearer on the daily chart, which looks even more like a round cup shape, even more than it was for Cardano. And this really looks like that. This now looks like the handle is forming. So cup and handle is a very bullish development. And what we can see, if the candle is forming here, if we break above that level here at 133, or even above 128, that's the first level we need to break, the 128. Yeah, you can clearly see that we touched this level various times. So that's the first level to break. I think because this provided resistance a few times now, I think this is the level we need to look out for. 128, we want to get through that. If we do, and we're currently forming a lower high, a little bit of a lower high, that's what makes me think that we might have a few more days of consolidation before we address this again. But if we get through there, we have new targets of, whoops, what happened now? Nothing. I believe it might take us probably up to something like, we just need to find the next resistance level here. Maybe could be something like that. 140, I think, would be something like the next target. But yeah, sort of in the next few weeks, I expect really price increases for XRP, and I think it's generally looking very bullish from the weekly point of view as well. So from a long-term perspective, I think I'm very bullish anyway, and I've been extremely bullish anyway because I think there will be a settlement anyway. So hope you liked that video. If you did, please smash the like button, and if you want to follow me on this crypto journey, please subscribe and also leave a comment. That will help the algorithm. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye.